and welcome to My Xbox and Me, episode 219. I am one of your hosts, MC Fixer, also known as Corey, alongside the man who let me have Resident Evil 2 in second place, Crash. How are you? Are you dude, it's a podcast. You have to talk.
Not when you start it like that.
That's a good intro. What are you talking about?
No, it's not.
What was wrong with that intro?
I don't know. I just don't like it.
Okay,
You had a big smile on your face,
go again. Okay.
so I didn't like it.
So let's do it over. All right.
Okay.
Ready? Hello, and welcome to My Xbox and Me, episode 219. I am one of your hosts, MC Fixer, also known as Corey, alongside the one and only Too Fresh Crash.
Hi.
You prefer to... Wow, okay, fine. So wait. You said, because I had a smile on my face, that meant it was too... I'm confused. So I was happy, so you were sad.
Yes.
Huh.
Yes.
That says a lot about our relationship, I'll be honest.
Yep.
It says a lot. Chris, what have you been up to? How you been?
I've been good. You know, nothing crazy.
But streaming, new year, new Crash and all that. How's it been going?
New year, I streamed twice this year so far.
Jesus, there's been 8 days.
Maybe three times. It's been 7 days. Today just started for me a few hours ago.
12 o'clock for me, mate. So,
yeah,
I'm at 12. I was up at 7.
Who cares about your time? Most of the audience that listens to this doesn't operate on your time.
That's very true. That is very, very, very true. For those who don't know, this is our weekly Xbox podcast here on youtube.com/myxboxandme. And obviously on all podcast services everywhere except for SoundCloud, because I'm not paying them £8 a week. Simple. It's a month, because I'm a cheapskate at the moment. We've got a lot of things up in the works at the moment. There's a website that's being built for My Xbox and Me. We've got some great writers. We've got some great people doing some great work. You'll know about that soon enough when I'm ready to announce it. Some people may have already seen it. You weren't meant to see that. So if you did see it, just shut up and click it again when it comes out for me. Thank you. There's not Crash. I'll be honest. This week we could have maybe. How long are we in already? We're 3 minutes in. We might only make it to 15 minutes.
We can make it longer than 15 minutes.
I'm just letting you know. There's so little news out there.
What, 2 news articles?
There's so little news out there that I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel. Do you think we got any emails or questions? Actually, I tell you what, real quick. Before someone says, well, I did email in, actually. I forgot to check the emails. But I did check the Discord, obviously, and the Facebook group. Nothing. It's like a desert out there.
We should have re-asked the question yesterday during normal time instead of 5 minutes before we were going to do the podcast, and we ended up not doing it.
I mean, that's what a normal team would do.
But you're right. I'd rather blame the community instead of us. So that's a good call.
I've been doing it my whole career. Blame them, and then hopefully we'll get somewhere. Yeah. It's probably why my Twitch streams...
Clearly working out.
Clearly why my Twitch streams have not been going too well lately. Let's just say that. We have got one email from Stead, so we'll read that. I don't know what it says, and we'll have to go along. It's always a long one with Stead. Always. So we'll see what happens. We need it this week, so it's fine. Well, we have got a couple of fan questions, so I thought we'd start with those this week. Okay. So starting off, we got one from Tony, and it says, outside of MXAM, My Xbox and Me, what other podcasts do you do, if any? So currently, I don't do any other podcasts other than My Xbox and Me, apart from guest ones that I'll go on to. If anybody reaches out to me and wants me to be on their show, I always say yes. It's just always scheduling. Obviously, most of the people that I interact with on Twitter are from America, so the time differences always hurt them. I work a normal 7 till 5, so I usually try and keep the rest of my time free for Haley and stuff. And a lot of people want me to do it 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, I can't do that. So, but yeah, I'm currently in the making of bringing back From the Gamers, which some of you may have known, which was our other podcast where we spoke about Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox, everything PC, mobile sort of thing. We're in the middle of bringing that back. I've got myself, Tom Hopkins from Twinfinite, I think he's an editor over there. I don't think he's editor-in-chief. I think he's an editor. He's going to be on that show with me, and then whoever we can draft in from a week-to-week basis sort of thing. That, and then I want to bring back Fix and Friends, where we just sort of talk about anything. Films and stuff like that. But those are all in the works and stuff like that. My Xbox and me is my mainstay and the main thing that I focus on, if I'm honest with you, Tony. And Chris doesn't do nothing. We can barely get that guy to stream.
I have podcasts playing in my head all the time. I record them by myself all the time.
You're such a liar.
You just don't hear them.
You're such a liar. Okay,
I told you before how I turn OBS on and I just like pretend to stream. I do that with podcasts.
No, you
as
don't.
well. Yep,
Okay,
yep.
You probably don't, but I guarantee someone listening has done this. Sometimes I listen to podcasts, yeah? And I'm listening so much that I'll pause them and respond to the question as if I'm on the podcast.
Like verbally respond?
Yeah, like I'll do it out loud, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I've
listened to podcasts, had to pause it, process something, and think about it.
I sort of insert myself in the podcast.
Interesting.
So it could just be as simple as like, oh yeah, what do you think of this? And then I'll pause it and I'll be like, well, Greg, I think, blah. Yeah, I don't know. Just helps me sharpen those skills, I think.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, I don't get much great talk out of this podcast with you, so I'm like, oh, I'll go find it elsewhere.
Whoa.
I'll go find it. Yo, we got such a good response from last week's episode. I had so many people.
Really?
Yeah, so many people said they liked us arguing and our banter. That's what I always get. Look,
I was a little worried about last week, to be honest.
Yeah, me too. I didn't know if we went too far, but it seems to have went down well. But it's either one or the other. Either people come in and like, we want an Xbox podcast, serious, talk about the things and get the hell out of here, or some people like the banter, and that's something we have is plenty of banter.
True.
What other podcasts do you listen to though, religiously? None.
I don't listen to podcasts.
I don't know how you do it.
A podcast, like the title has to like get me. I'm more likely to watch podcast clips as opposed to like a whole podcast.
You're that type of guy.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Yeah, I can't stand clips. Unless it's Joe Rogan, because these episodes are like 3 hours. But I have started listening to them.
How many have you listened to now?
Probably 3 hours long. I've only listened to one. 3
So
hours?
You've listened to one.
Well, no, I've listened to other episodes he's done before. But for those who don't know, I set out to listen to Joe Rogan's podcast more because I want other people's opinions. So yeah, no, it was 3.5 hours. I think it was 3.5 hours long. The one I listened to.
That's fair.
Very long. Yeah, so, and for me, I listen to, just to flip this question a little bit, I listen to a lot of stuff. Obviously, I listen to Podcasts Unlocked every week. I listen to Kind of Funny Games daily, every day. I listen to now PS I Love You XOXO's back. I listen to that. What else? Major Nelson's podcast. I listen to that from time to time. Just stuff to keep me in the loop with Xbox and stuff like that, and then stuff that I enjoy. So, yeah. But, yeah, hoping to bring back some other podcasts very, very soon, Tony. Let's see. Next email is from Zyger, and it says, how soon do you think that 8K gaming will be as common as 4K? Well, I don't even, just to break that down straight away, we're not even there with 4K yet, right?
Yeah. When I read that was my initial thought. Like 4K, for a lot of like gamers and people who are into tech, like 4K's here and they're indulging in 4K. But for most people, I feel like it's not really. They don't have 4K TVs. You have to remember, people don't upgrade TVs that often.
No.
And most people game from a TV and not a monitor.
Yes.
Even monitors, they don't upgrade too often either.
No, yeah, I agree. It's one of those, we're at that weird point in tech where 1080p is beautiful and good and does just fine. Like, it's now got to that incremental point where it's like, I know the difference because I have got 4K. So I can tell the difference between playing it on my monitor of 20. I don't know how big these monitors are. Whatever they are compared to my 55-inch TV. It's like, oh, it's night and day. But if you've got a 55-inch HDR TV and that costs you £500, you're not really going to want to spend the extra £500 to get a 4K OLED because it looks beautiful to you. But it could look better, you just don't know it. So, the question seems kind of weird to me because it says will be as common as 4K That's not common yet. I don't think we're going to get to that for
I
another...
think next gen at some point.
Yeah, it will be next gen, obviously, but I think we're looking at another 4 years. Before, so you're looking at 2024, before people are like, okay, now
4K is the norm.
No,
right?
yeah, I don't even maybe even longer than that. Honestly,
Yeah.
my mum has a 720p TV.
Ooh.
And doesn't care. Watching Netflix on it and doesn't give a rat's. I was like, I literally didn't give her. I lent her because of obviously moving. You know, the big TV I had, my big 40-inch.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, do you want to use that in the front room? I'll stick it on the wall for you. Blah blah blah. She's like, no, I like my TV. I'm like, but it's not clear. Like the picture's not clear. She's like, it's clear to me. Because she doesn't know the difference. Like she can't tell.
It's kind of like for people who have played 60 frames per second or even 30 frames per second their whole life, and they're like, frames don't really matter, whatever, and then you play on a higher frame rate and you're like, oh, that does look better, that does look smoother, and
144
it's very
ridiculous.
similar to that. Yeah, so it's one of those where like it'll happen and it'll happen slowly, but it's not as big of a jump from 720 to 1080.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, the HD jump was so crazy when that happened that now we're just like, okay, well, here we go. But yeah, 8K, Jesus, we're not... The Xbox Series X can do 8K. It's capable of doing 8K. I guarantee you that is not the system most people will play 8K on. It will be the upgrade of that. So the X version of that. It will be what we play 8K on.
Being able to do 8K and being able to do 8K efficiently are two also different conversations.
Same with 4K, right? The difference between 4K, what's it called? Like, not downscaling. There was a certain term. The PS4 Pro can do 4K something, and the Xbox One X can actually do native 4K. Yeah. I don't know the technical terms, but you understand what I'm saying.
Or whatever it is.
Yeah. And I'm like, so it's not the same. It's like, that's why I love it when people say to me like, "Oh, you spent a lot of money on your TV." I'm like, "Yeah, but it does. It does like the best 4K at that time. It did the best 4K you could get. Like now it's all different." I was thinking about this the other day because I was actually looking at 8K TVs. I was out shopping and we was in a TV section and I like new tech. And I said, "Hey," I was like, I wonder if I'll ever be like that's my thing now. Like I want to have new tech sort of thing, new TVs. I'm not into clothes, I'm not into trainers, I'm not into cars. Like what is it I'm into?" And she was like, "Maybe." And I was like, "But what would you do with the other TV?" I was like, "I suppose we'd put that in a bedroom or something." It's like, but a 8K TV, the one I looked at was, I think it was $9,000.
Yeah.
It was like I think it was 65 or 75 inches, and it looked good, but there's no content for it yet. Like, why would anybody do that? Like, there's just no reason. Like,
it makes sense to get 4K now if like you really wanted to, because there's a ton of 4K content.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of YouTube content's in 4K.
YouTube, Netflix, Amazon, all of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's an interesting one. It's not going to be common anytime soon, I don't think. 8K or 4K. Again, I don't think 4 years is soon, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then this is the next one. This is the big one from Stead, and it says, "Hey, my guess for what... Here's my guess for what we get near launch for a new Xbox dashboard. My guess is the new console has parties with the current Xbox One that updates the current..." Oh, I didn't think of that. That's actually a really good point. Let me read all this, then I'll break it down.
Okay.
"My guess is the new console has parties with the current Xbox One that update the current one's dashboard to match the new one. They are basically the same as the iPhone 9 and the iPhone 10 say work. There may be odds and ends that are only new to the new one, but I bet it looks identical." So let me break that down first of all. I actually didn't think of that. Of like them gating out people per console. They're not going to. Like that.
Yeah, I didn't assume that was something that was going to happen.
No, but they could have. They did with the 360, right? You can't... I don't think you can join an Xbox One party on a 360.
Yeah, but that was different because that was like a clear-cut definition, generation. What they're doing now is a little bit different. But not really, because all Xbox One games that are coming out are going to be played on the Xbox One X.
Yeah, but
so
that's
any
just
Series X game.
This has been my whole argument the whole time for the Series X, by the way, remember? Where I'm like... Which not a case
You don't
of,
see a point
I
in
don't.
upgrading.
Why am I upgrading? I still to this day, other than the fact that I run a business that obviously revolves around Xbox, why am I upgrading? That nobody has given me that reason yet. So at
It'll run your
E3,
game's the best.
but they haven't shown me that yet. Sony have. Sony have showed me a reason why I'm upgrading to a PS5.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Even the Series X, it's like, okay, so far it's like, well, it looks nice.
It's
okay?
all a bunch of words on a screen.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not that tech guy that knows about GPU, CPU, RAM, blah, 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 blah. So it's like, why? It's like, you need to dumb it down for dumb people like me. It needs to be as simple as better load times, this brand new dashboard. And that's one thing I disagree with you on, Stead, by the way. I hope they don't have the same dashboard. Because that's one of the reasons I'm buying this new Xbox. Is for its uniqueness. That's the one thing I hate. We spoke about this with the iPhone, which is I kind of hate the fact it's the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, go
on. Question then. With future Series X's and whatever they do you think they keep the same dashboard at that point?
No, yes, I think going forward now we will, because this is Xbox Series X.
Right.
This isn't Xbox 3 or Xbox 4 or Xbox. Now they've made I understand what I'm buying into. Now it makes sense. Right. So with the X it didn't make sense. Remember, that was an incremental upgrade to me. So it was like I'm buying an Xbox One X because it plays Xbox One games better than the original Xbox, right? Now this is like, okay, this is a whole new generation, but we've moved into our iPhone model. So me, unless I'm I'm gonna try to take myself out of like running a podcast and running a website and running a YouTube channel. I wouldn't be upgrading every time because I'm just not that person. I don't do it with an iPhone. This is the first. I've got an iPhone 11 now, this is the first iPhone I've upgraded in since I got a 6. So how many years would that have been? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 5.
I think it jumped from like an 8 to an X or something like that, and then went to 11.
You know what I'm saying though.
Yeah,
there's been a lot of iPhones.
Where
I'm just like, that's not me. I'm just not that person that wants to keep paying out to these companies. Like, it's just, it's not in my DNA to do that. So
it'll be interesting. I think Microsoft's kind of on the right track with the trade-in, and if they keep that up as well, but it is going to get increasingly difficult for them to ask people to get upgrades. But then again, like, I don't think Microsoft's end goal is to get new versions of Xboxes to everybody. No, it's to sell software.
That's true. Hence Game Pass and things like that. I got you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd be quite disappointed if the Xbox One X has the exact same dashboard as the Xbox One Series X.
I'm gonna be honest, I haven't thought about it either way.
Nor have I. But I hadn't until I've just thought about it now, where I'm like, yeah, I want there to be a difference between these two systems. Otherwise, why am I buying it? Other than the fact that it runs faster, it looks better, like, I get all that. But I do want it to be different. And I suppose the argument you're going to have there is like, well, if you was a PC gamer, Steam, and Windows is Windows, and iPhone is iPhone. Yeah. And so I get why they would want it all to look the same. It makes sense from a user point of view and from an engineering point of view as well. It's like, okay, we're building for this. This is what it is.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know. I just, consoles are so different now. I'm old. I'm old, and change is like, oh man, it's not what I want. Again, I don't think I'm gonna make like a 10-minute rant video on YouTube if the dashboard is exactly, we get an update for the Xbox One X, like.
Yo, to get views.
Trust me, everything gets views nowadays. Especially, bro. He's not getting a shout out on this podcast. But did you see my tweet the other day?
No. I have no clue what you're talking
about. I'm not giving you a shout out. You know who you are if you're listening, alright? There's somebody who I follow on Twitter, and they got a YouTube channel. They do a PlayStation show, yeah? And they made an 11-minute video of the logo. The new logo that just came out for the PS5.
11 minutes?
11 minutes. I respect the hustle.
Oh, he's trying to hit that mark,
I respect the hustle so much, man. He was like, I added other stuff. I'm like, yeah, I know. I watched the beginning of it and was like, Bro, you're talking about a logo. The logo is the exact same logo as everything else.
It's the logo that everybody thought it would be.
Jesus
nothing
Christ.
Nothing new, nothing shocking.
Exactly. Let's carry on with this email though. It says, Forza. They skipped 2019 because they had issues with Forza 7. So 2020 should be a Horizon year. I wonder if because it's launch year and racing games really show off graphics, power, fidelity, we get a Forza game. But because it's been a while and the Forza games are split over two very different franchises, we get a hybrid game that maybe isn't as long as a normal motorsport / Horizon game, but has elements of both. No. You're getting a Forza, what is it, 8 or 9 this year? 8, right?
I don't know. You think you get a full Forza game?
You're getting a full Forza. Yes,
launch?
yes.
Okay.
Forza is one of the best-selling racing franchises out there. Probably just behind Gran Turismo. Because Gran Turismo's install base is, like, ridiculous, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I mean, PlayStation's install base is ridiculous. And, like you said, Forza games graphically sell off consoles. That is the game you put in a kiosk for people to play and go, look, this looks as real as a real car. Like we do it every single year, guys. Like it shows that it works.
Yeah.
So,
and they won't necessarily buy the game, but it's something pretty for them to look at and be like, oh, that's what the console can do. And
exactly. No, but a lot of people do buy it. Like, I remember buying so many, especially in my early days of console. I always picked up a racing game with my console. Always. Project Gotham, Need for Speed. Like, doesn't matter where it was, you always pick up a racing game because it's one of those games that everyone can play when you get a new console.
Right.
So I definitely think you will just get a normal Forza game, the motorsport franchise. They're going to stick. It's working. Why break it? If it ain't broken, don't fix it. Simple. Like, Forza sold copies. They took a year off so they could polish the new one even more so because it's going to be a launch title for the Series X. Why hybrid it when it works? Horizon sells. And people love that. And Motorsport sells. And people love that. Why? I'd be shocked. I think you could be right, but I'd be shocked if they actually did it.
Do you think they took a year off because Playground might be making Fable?
No, they took a year off. I generally believe they took a year off because of the backlash from 7. Microtransactions. Big ones. Okay. Microtransactions and things of that nature. All the stuff that Xbox has now come away from, which we learned with Gears of War, and now they will do the same with Forza. Obviously, I just think it's a case of we need launch titles, we need surprises. As much as Forza's not a surprise, we don't know it exists. We do not know that they are making a new game. We don't.
Right.
But we know, but we don't know. You understand what I'm saying? So... Yeah, I think that's an interesting one though. I do think it's an interesting one. Next element, he goes on to say, he says, I wonder if some studio is working on a Horizon Zero Dawn equivalent type game, some story-driven open world, almost definitely a new IP, or taking on an old IP in a very new direction. I think the studio that would be working on that would be The Initiative, and that studio still hiring up, still being built. I wouldn't expect that type of game. We are going to get an open world, story driven. Again, I don't know why it's Horizon. I don't get why Horizon's not the only game that's open world, story driven, third person action focused. Like, that's not the only game that's ever done it. It's a great game, but it's not the only game that's ever done it. But yeah, we are going to get that. They know that they have to deliver first party wise. They have 15 studios all working on next gen console games. They have Game Pass that they have to feed the audience to keep that appetite going. We will get that at some point, but you're not getting that at launch. Yeah,
no, I don't think so. I think launch will be pretty safe with Halo and Forza and things like that.
I think Halo's already confirmed, right? Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it real quick. Let's just off the top of my head, no thinking, right? So you go Halo, it's already announced. You go Forza. I think Playground is working on Fable. I think Fable could be a launch title, which is like the perfect time for it to come out. That would be
a surprise. Yeah,
absolutely. It's the perfect time for it to come out, and it's the perfect time to launch a game like that. It's like, let's reboot Fable. It's an IP that has a dedicated audience. Some people are like, oh, we weren't sure, because obviously over-promising and things like that. No, we bring it back in-house, Game Pass, we have this many subscribers, that many people are going to play it, yada, yada, yada. It's kind of perfect, and it would be a great surprise.
Yeah.
And then you've got Double Fine working on stuff. There's just so much more. So I think you need, what do you need, 3, 4 good launch titles, right? I would say.
I'd say 3.
And we're in that
I think
weird...
You think you could, especially with how Microsoft works now with the Game Pass. I don't think they want to overload it at once.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I could see them launching with 3 games and like, oh, but 2 months out there'll be another game launch or something like that, or 3 months out or something.
I could see them launching with 2, like you just said. Maybe it is just Halo Forza, but they announce Fable, and that's 2 months down the line, and then they announce who else are working on stuff? Ninja Theory. I got another game. Oh, well, Hellblade. Yeah. Obviously, Hellblade's been announced now.
I think there's still... I think Ninja Theory's still working on other games other than Hellblade.
No, I think it's Hellblade and Bleeding Edge, right?
Is that it?
I think those were the 2 games.
Okay.
I could totally be wrong. But yeah, it's just... It's a good time to be an Xbox fan because they have studios. This is the first time in ever that they actually have studios dedicated to the system. And I think like it's hard because I know it's automatically comparison. They don't have a Naughty Dog yet.
Yeah.
Yet. If you think they're done buying studios and done building studios, I think you're mistaken. I think buying Double Fine was a big, big move because not only for what they have there as what they've already got, like the IPs they've now picked up and the great talent they have there, but having Tim Schafer come in, he knows how to run a studio. You can give people advice. They can move people around more. It's all of those. It's all of those elements. It's not just the studio itself. There's great talent in all the studios they've picked up. I think Compulsion are going to be a sleeper hit. I think whatever they're working on next is going to be really good. Because if you look at, I watched the Compulsion Games documentary they put out about We Happy Few. I automatically looked at that studio as a failure, right? Because I thought they had this big hit on their hands with We Happy Few, and then you realize that game when they got to the expert stage, I think they had 11 members of staff.
Yeah, it was a really small studio.
We, the consumer, had such high expectations for that game from a team that didn't even know what they were making. It went from if you watched it, did you watch the documentary yet?
No.
You should check it out. It went through so many different, like it went from a survival game to a story-driven game to a story-driven survival game to a sandbox game. It's like, oh god, like you know that's a disaster when you don't know what you're making. And that game still came out and was art style fantastic. Its voice acting quite good as well. It was mishmatched with too many things. Exactly. And now they have that. Now they have the money, number one, which they said in the documentary they were running out of money. So they had to put it out when it had bugs, when it had problems as well. It's like they've got money, they got a great, you can tell they want to build worlds. So I think they're going to be a sleeper hit, Compulsion. I really do.
I hope so. To be honest, like We Happy Few when it was shown I was pretty hyped for it.
I didn't hate
I still think
Happy Few when I played
early. Same. When I played the early access, I was like, "This is actually fun. It just needs more." And
I played beyond that. I actually played it once it launched, and I didn't hate it. It just wasn't. Again, it wasn't what I was sold. Which, again, I don't think they really knew what they were selling either. Like it was a case of like they started a Kickstarter, so they'd already promised it was a survival game, but then they wanted to take it. It's like. Yeah, I understand why this didn't work, but I reckon sleeper hit. I really do think they got some talent over there, and they're going to do some good things. I really do. He also put, I wonder if Microsoft have a Marvel license they're working on, as both Nintendo and Sony have had exclusive Marvel games. I don't think so. No. Unfortunately.
I think Disney's looking at studios in particular. And I think Insomniac fit, and then Sony has a good relationship with Insomniac, and
Sony own them now, so
now, Sony didn't own them when they dropped Spider-Man, right?
No.
Yeah, they bought them after that.
No, they bought them after that.
So I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
I'm sure more Marvel games will be coming out, and they will come to Xbox. I don't think we'll get too many more exclusive Marvel games on different platforms.
No, I feel like Ultimate Alliance makes sense. again, I don't think it was a smart move. I think that would have made more sense being third party, cross play. It would have like being stranded on the Switch was hard. But it makes sense. I get it. I understand why I did it. It's like, oh, well, you can force Switches together and like it makes sense. And then Spider-Man makes perfect sense because Sony own Spider-Man. So why would you not leverage that?
Yeah.
Like, it just generally, that makes sense. And then from an Xbox point of view, I can't think of one studio that right now that would be perfect for a superhero game. Right now.
It's different, like 10-ish years down the line when like studios are set up and they're known for things, and then Marvel and Disney are like, we want to make this game, and that studio can make it, but that studio's owned by Microsoft. We'll just make it an exclusive. Well, like, at the end of the day, they probably want to make the best product possible because it makes their brand as a whole better.
Makes their brand stronger, even if it doesn't sell well. I don't think Marvel Alliance did not sell as many copies as I'm sure they wanted it to. But it was a good game compared to what it could have come out like. It was a good game. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
And it got headlines, and it got people talking about the Avengers and whatnot.
Exactly. And it got DLC, so they're still pushing it. It's like they didn't just abandon it. Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting one. I just don't think right now. I'm looking at the studios in my head, and I'm like, Compulsion, no. In Exile, no. Like Playground, no. 343, not like. Where do you look and go, oh, this studio should make this superhero game? It's just not there. Yeah. It's not there yet. But yeah, I think you made a good point, which is like 5 years, 6 years down the line, it definitely could be. Yeah. But currently it isn't. So. And last but not least, it says, I also wonder if they've managed to get more Japanese studios on board and maybe get a third-party exclusive from Japan, as that would help sell the system in Japan, a big market that Xbox basically don't exist in. I wonder if it's possible the new Xbox gets Final Fantasy VII R next-gen exclusively for a year. No. Again, that's...
Well, that, no. Because it's all backwards compatible on PlayStation as well.
Yeah.
So that just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, both systems are backwards compatible.
Yeah.
So that doesn't make any sense.
Dogs. Yeah. I don't know if Microsoft will be trying to get third-party exclusive Japanese
I don't think so.
I think right now their goal is just like, let's get Japanese games on our console, and if they see the numbers are doing well, then maybe that's something they could push for in the future.
The pure fact.
But even then, I just don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, Phil's done. We're getting Kingdom Hearts. We're getting all the Final Fantasy games. Like, there's clearly work being done. Obviously, there's that kart game that's huge in Japan, if I'm not mistaken. Or it might be South Korea, actually. That's huge in one of the two, in one of the Asian markets at least. And I'm just like, okay, where do you go from here? I don't think third party exclusives where Xbox need to be. Honestly, I just think the next Persona that comes out needs to be on Xbox. The next Kingdom Hearts needs to be on Xbox. They need to build that relationship, and then they will build on getting exclusive JRPGs and things. But first things first, get the second party and third party games on the system day and day. Yakuza, the next Yakuza game needs to be there day one, and I think they're there now. I do generally think they're there now. So
yeah, I think we stop seeing as many Japanese exclusives and games of that nature exclusive to PlayStation, and we start seeing a lot more of them come over to Xbox.
I feel like it's Square, right? They need to do a lot of work with Square, which they're clearly doing, because Square publish a lot of them. So
they're not quite there yet. Because Square is still like, oh, we'll throw Sony this exclusive and whatnot.
Yeah, but maybe that was a deal done beforehand.
True,
with
that's
Final
very
Fantasy.
Possible.
You got to think like. We haven't got the Final Fantasy games yet ported over, and we haven't got Kingdom Hearts ported over yet. Like, that deal could have, and these deals get set out years in advance. And Final Fantasy VII Remake's always been a weird one where it's like, did Sony help fund this, or didn't they help fund it? Like, is it a full exclusive, or is it not? Like, it's one of those weird ones where it's like, obviously, I hate those type of deals. I've been on record plenty of times saying timed exclusives are just dumb, in my opinion, but they make sense for the I'm gonna buy a Final Fantasy VII on PS4.
Yeah,
I am.
I mean, it makes sense because even when the game comes out on the other console, it's not received as it's not multi-platform game. It is a PlayStation game or an Xbox game.
Exactly. But yeah, that's it for the question. So thank you all very much. Again, there's no news at all, so there's no topic of the show this week. But we can talk about what we've been playing, Chris. So what has been in your box, my friends? What you've been playing this week?
I started Code Vein yesterday.
Oh, you got it.
Yep.
How is it?
It's fun. It's good.
Uh-oh.
I haven't gotten too far. I don't know.
Okay.
I like it. I'm enjoying it. I'm about like 4-ish hours in. It's Souls-like game. On the easier end, if you play, because you can have an AI that constantly plays with you.
Oh, nice. Is it co-op then?
Yes.
You didn't tell me it's co-op.
It's co-op, Fix. Get it.
I would, but I hurt my knee.
Okay. Yeah, I hear that. You really need to play games.
Of course.
But yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's very, very anime.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's fun. Not too far deep. I don't have too much to say about it just yet.
Fair enough. Well, Chris, I've been playing this little game you may have heard of. It's a little indie game you've never heard of it, I'm sure. Fortnite.
Oh, that's the one that's still on beta, right?
It's still in beta. Yeah, it's still in beta. It's
Oh yeah, I heard about that a while ago.
Yeah, still out there. I'm back in. I'm finally coming out the other end. Which
you think
sucks.
you're stuck with it now?
No.
Oh, like you're done with it.
I bought the battle pass.
You got to grind the battle pass now.
That's kind of where I'm thinking as well.
You have
I'm
to
like,
grind till
I need to grind,
like
so I've got enough. I've got enough for the second battle pass for next season.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Already?
Yeah.
Got it.
But I feel like I will grind it a little bit more to keep getting those V-Bucks, which is
so you have an extra.
So there's enough. Yeah, whatever. Just
in case an event happens and you're like, I just want to buy that.
Exactly.
Got it.
So here's my story with Fortnite. Yeah. Never playing Fortnite again. Okay. Play Fortnite once. Oh, they added bots. This feels quite under-gratifying. It's not as fun. It's not as enjoyable. It's quite frustrating.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Then I'm getting better at the game. I can
Yep.
already say that, even though I'm coming out the other end. I'm getting better at the game. I've learned to build a little bit more. I know how to like build stairs and a wall underneath it, so if you shoot one part, it doesn't all just fall down. There's little bits I know how to do now. Don't always get it right, but I know how to do it. My shot's getting a lot better. I know what guns to carry. I'm getting better at sniping. Boom, boom, boom. I'm killing a bunch of bots and some players here and there. I'm getting wins every day, which is something I couldn't say beforehand. I'm getting wins every day.
Yeah.
I buy the battle pass, Crash.
Yeah.
And ever since I bought the goddamn battle pass, I'm playing against gods again. Every single time.
Where are you playing with Toxic?
No, I've been playing solo.
Ooh.
And I just keep coming up against these. I keep saying they're kids. They're probably not even kids. But I keep coming up against these just godlike players. I'm like, where are my bots? They've disappeared. What happened?
It's your landing. You're landing in the wrong area.
I'm not.
Play with me.
You don't like it?
I'll attract bots.
I wish. But yeah,
all I run into is bots, bro.
Me and Jeffrey played the other day. We played a duo. We thought it was playing a duo. We actually played a squads match together. And I was just kicking people's face in, Crash. Got to the top 5 in squads as a duo.
Yeah,
I think I had like 12 kills. I took out a whole squad, just like shotgunning people in the face for fun. Like, I can't believe how much fun the game is. You know what I need? I need Tony on with his Switch. I need the mobile players. That's what I need.
I refuse to be a part of this podcast.
Damn.
I don't endorse this type of behavior.
But yeah, I'm really enjoying. I was really enjoying it again. Now I'm at the point where I'm like,
so
I need something else.
You're done with it?
No, I'm not done. I know for a fact.
I'm thinking about getting the battle pass.
I thought you didn't want to play it no more.
Yeah, I don't want to play it by myself. Because here's the thing: every time I play it with you, I'm enjoying it. But whenever I try playing it by myself, I'm like, I don't like it.
No, I understand where you're coming from.
It's not one where I think I really enjoy the game, but I enjoy playing the game, if that makes sense.
I agree with you. Today, my last 2 streams have been quite lonely. My numbers have been down and not a lot of people in there. And I'm like, even when I'm dying, like, I'm either learning something when I've got people in there, or I've got them to distract me from the fact that I'm dying a lot. Yes. And then when there's no one around, it's just me dying a lot. So yeah. I'm getting more frustrated.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. It's a weird. I'm very happy I've got the battle. This is my first time ever playing. They got £4 from me. So far, I've played Fortnite for how long since it's come out? 2016? 17.
Dude, don't ask me.
I think it's 2017. I think it's 2017. So, and they've got £4 out of me so far. That's it. That's all I've ever put in. They just gave me all these Christmas gifts. I got all these new emotes. I got a battle pass. The battle pass is actually really cool. I understand it now.
Question.
Yes.
Also, Fortnite does the best battle pass. Nothing even like. I don't think anything really competes with it as of yet. You get so much content out of it. But do you think if they didn't have the Christmas event with the presents, you would have bought the battle pass?
Yeah. The only reason I bought the battle pass was because they give. I didn't realize there was a free battle. Like, you got the battle pass, and then they give you free items as you're leveling up.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, but they had given me enough V-Bucks. They gave me 9. I earned 900. No, that's a lie. I already had 500. I had a code for 500.
Yeah.
So I used those 500. I had that, and then I earned 400 more. And then they had the skin bundle with 500 V-Bucks for £4, a limited time one. And I was like, if I buy that, I can get this battle pass, and I can get a next battle pass for next season. And I'm like, I'll do that because I'll come back for a new season. I definitely will come back for a new season. Definitely.
Got it. Okay.
Don't think I'll come back at launch because I guarantee there's going to be way too many good players on. But maybe I'll wait a little
There'll
while.
be way too many bad players as well.
Maybe I'll come back then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like new season's kind of like Christmas, you know, where everybody's playing.
That makes sense. Also, big shout out to Aiden, the Fortnite streamer. He raided me the other day for like 2,000 viewers, which was crazy. I'm really sorry. You're probably never going to see this and you're never going to hear this, but I'm really sorry I didn't know who you was. I watched your clip back and he's like, he's going to know who I am and he's going to go crazy. And I watched my clip back. I was concentrating so hard and I thought it was a bot. So I was like, oh, thanks for the raid, man. And like, and then, like, once now I've looked back at that clip, I'm like, that looks like I'm so ungrateful. So ungrateful.
You became one of those people.
Yeah. I didn't mean to. I generally didn't mean to. I was excited. I just didn't realize it was real.
Interesting.
So, shout out to Aiden. Another controller player, so shout out to him. Yeah, what else? What else have I been playing? Back on FIFA. Back on FIFA again.
Again?
Yeah, I'm always.
Go back to FIFA.
I'm back.
You're on and off.
I'm always FIFA all year round until the new one.
So it'll always be there. It's kind of like.
It's just I'm not allowed to stream it no more because people don't like it when I stream it. So
yeah, I get that. I understand that.
You get that with League.
Yeah. I feel that.
Yeah, so I'm playing that again, but again, not put no money into that, which is, the game's becoming increasingly hard. I want my team to even keep up with some of these teams. So that's a shame. What else? Nothing. January's dead, man. January and February are dead for games. So, I am playing all the Xbox exclusives I've never played. I'll saying this on the stream today. So
it's official.
It's official. I am doing it. So, I'm going to be playing through all of the Halo games. And by all of them, I mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Reach. I'm not playing ODST.
Why? ODST's so good.
I don't have time for that one as well. Just the numbered ones.
Play them. Don't play any.
Why?
If you're not gonna play them all, don't play any.
What?
You can't say I'm gonna play all
logic's that?
I'm gonna play all the exclusives I missed, and then be like, oh, I'm not playing ODST.
I've technically already played ODST. If you want to get technical, I've played ODST. No, I couldn't tell you what happens, but I've played it.
Like?
It's like Halo.
Oh, it's like Halo, huh? Exactly.
I mean, not exactly, but sure. I've played it. I definitely played it. Okay. That, I want to play through Hellblade. I want to play through...
I'm interested to see what you think about Hellblade.
Ori in the Blind Forest.
Oh, I have to play through Ori.
Yeah, that. What else? Because the thing was, I was watching PS I Love You XOXO Volume 2 with Blessing and Greg Miller. If you've not listened to it, check it out. And they were talking about... Blessing was talking about all the PlayStation games he hasn't played. And I'm not going to lie. In my brain, I was like, you're on a PlayStation podcast, and you haven't played this, and you haven't played that, and you haven't played this. And then I thought to myself, I've not played Halo. Like, I've not given Halo the due diligence it deserves. Finally. And I feel like I'm in a better place now to play Halo, because I like shooters now. Back then, I wasn't a shooter guy. The only shooter I used to play was COD. Now I play shooters regularly. So I'm hoping I can appreciate it. I'm hoping I can experience the story. I'm hoping it's going to get me. And then I can go into Infinite and boom. But yeah,
and you love the franchise and a game of the year.
Maybe. Resident Evil 3 is coming out this year.
Do you really care about Resident Evil 3 like that? I'm not saying you don't like it. And it's got Resident Evil in it and you love Resident Evil.
You want me to be honest with you?
Yeah.
Like, you want me to be honest with you?
Brutally honest.
I think I've only beat Resident Evil 3, like, twice.
More than I beat it.
Yeah, but you know what that means for me. I've beat I've beat Resident Evil 4 more times than I've beat Resident Evil 3.
Really?
Yes. So, like, you know, like, when I'm playing Resident Evil 2, and I sort of, I can, like, if you ever watched me play OG Resident Evil 2,
I probably have.
like, and I know where everything is. And
yeah.
I'm just like, boom, 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 the keys over here, boom, boom. I can't do that with Resident Evil 3. Like, generally. Like,
but
I don't, go on.
It'll be remixed either way. Was Resident Evil 2 remake the
Yeah. No, it wasn't. No, of course it will. I understand that. But what I'm saying is, I don't have that love for it. The way I have that, like the way I have it for 2. No, well, it is. There's certain moments in 3 that if they do it, I'm going to be hyped. But yeah, not the whole thing like I am with 2.
Got it. Okay.
So that upsets me a little bit, though.
So you're saying Halo Infinite has a chance?
Yeah, you know, this year I was like, nothing can beat Resident Evil 2.
Yeah.
There are plenty of things that could beat Resident Evil 3.
Got it. Okay.
Will they? I don't think so.
Probably
not.
Probably
not. Like what?
I'm gonna be honest. I really hope that Resident Evil 3 doesn't even get in the top 5 conversation.
What's coming out this year? Halo, Cyberpunk, Avengers.
Halo, Cyberpunk, Avengers. Probably some unannounced stuff.
Yeah, but what's announced that's coming out? Ori, Bleeding Edge.
Bleeding Edge. Final Fantasy isn't on Xbox
Final
this year.
Fantasy is not this.
Will we include it in the conversation?
I don't know. I don't think we can.
Not for Game of the Year, because I know we're going to talk about it and everything.
Yeah. Let me tell you right now, I am 100% talking about Final Fantasy VII on this podcast. It is coming to Xbox. I think it would be stupid not to.
Yeah.
But maybe people would disagree. I would love to hear people's opinions on that. Because we couldn't review it for the website.
Yeah, that's true. The podcast would be the only space to talk about it.
Or other podcasts that we do. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a hard one, man. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. What else? I'm trying to think. What else?
I don't think there's any like big games
FIFA, Call of Duty
announced yet.
You got the usual suspects. Yeah, you're right. Because it's the new gen, we're waiting for like the third parties to
I'm sure like a bunch of people are like holding off on their games as well. They want to release it with next gen.
Yeah, Cyberpunk though, man.
Oh, dude, I can't wait for that.
The chances in something beating Cyberpunk is gonna be hard.
I don't think they're too high. Yeah,
it's gonna be hard.
I think the only game that really has not relevant to Xbox because of what we just talked about, but Final Fantasy VII, and it's not necessarily because it'll be a better game, but because it'll have that nostalgia factor that people might put it above Cyberpunk.
I would talk crap, but I can't. I'm just saying, like I said on Twitter, keep the same energy, everyone.
Your Twitter argument was irrelevant. That's not why Resident Evil 2 Remake didn't win Game of the Year.
That's not what I said.
Okay, what'd you say?
I said, keep the same energy when it comes to Final Fantasy VII Remake as they did with Resident Evil 2 Remake. That's all I said. Just keep the same energy.
So you're not going to clarify what that same energy is?
The same energy is people were saying...
Oh, so wait.
Because it's do you want me to answer the question or not?
No.
Sorry, Your Honor. I know I'm in court right now.
Go ahead.
Like, what would you like me to do? Okay. Jesus.
Admit you're wrong.
I'm not wrong. I'm saying keep the same energy. People didn't give Resident Evil even the nod for certain categories because it's a remake. I'm not when I say Game of the Year talk, I think people get me misconstrued. I do not hold Jeff Kigley's Game Awards to the standard
so you're talking about like
I'm talking when I say Game of the Year, I'm just talking about the people. I'm just talking about
Okay.
the people. I'm talking about every man.
But
like people think that I'm only when did Jeff when did the Game Awards?
Right.
No, let me finish because I'm ranting, fam. When did the Game Awards become the most the be all of Game of the Year? It didn't. When did that happen? Never. So why does a man think I'm let me rant, Crash.
Go ahead.
So why do people think that I'm talking about that when I speak? I'm finished. You can go.
Now?
Yeah, you can talk. You can talk.
I don't even remember what I was going to say. I had a few points where I had injection stuff to say and completely out of my mind now.
Come on, you've got it. You can bring it back.
Game Awards.
Yeah.
Dice Awards are better.
Yeah, because of Real World Show.
Yeah. What else?
And Greg hosts that.
Did he host it?
2 years in a row. I put 3 fingers up. I'm holding a bottle cap.
He did. You're right. I don't remember the other stuff I was going to talk about. Just imagine what Fix said. Just imagine counterpoints.
Any of the counterpoints that you have saying it, Crash was going to say.
You're saying people didn't give the time of the day. It's a horror game. Horror games don't appeal to a lot of people.
Yeah, but
so expecting somebody who doesn't play horror games to be like, "Oh my god, that's the best thing ever."
But that doesn't change the fact that it's the best game of the year.
But they didn't play it, and that's not true.
What's not true?
That it's the best game of the year. Did it win my Xbox and Me's game of the year?
It didn't. I hate you.
Okay. Bring up the fact that it's number 2 again. Okay.
I hate you. Okay. Fine. We good?
Yeah, we're good.
Good. I'm glad. You been playing anything else? We got off on a mad tangent.
Code Vein, Fortnite. I think that's about it.
Yeah. Well, let's get into the news then real quick. There's not much to talk about, but we can go through it real quick. Xbox head Phil Spencer has offered tech fans a small tease of the processing power behind the upcoming Xbox Series X console, which is set to be released later this year. Showing off the processor on Twitter, Spencer merely changed his profile picture to an image of the new chip, the new hardware chip, which reads 8K and, quote, Project Scarlet. Spotted by Tom Warren from The Verge, the processor seen below, you can't see it, I'm sorry, looks very similar to the one of the Xbox One X, but seems to be slightly bigger. Unfortunately, not much else is known about the Xbox One X processor at this time, but it seems Spencer is trying to build some hype around the upcoming Xbox console. Crash, I'll be honest with you, I'm clearly getting old.
Yeah.
Because between this picture and then the PS5 logo picture, I'm like, who the hell cares?
Fanboys.
That's
who this is
I
for.
know.
It's
maybe
not for me and you are past the fanboy age, right?
Yeah.
We're past that point where we're ride or die for whatever.
Consoles, for plastic boxes. I don't care.
But this is for like a younger market. Not even a younger market.
I don't even think it's younger. As I say, I don't think you can say younger.
Like ride or die for consoles. That's all this really is for. Like, people are going crazy over the PS5 logo. Calm down. It's what everybody thought it was gonna be. I saw people going crazy over this.
Yeah.
Calm down. It's just a picture of a chip that says fucking 8K on it.
Are we just getting old?
Maybe.
I generally get worried when I don't get excited about this sort of thing anymore.
I don't think this is anything to be excited for.
I don't think
because like if you think about it, we've gotten more info on the consoles, both consoles, in the past than we did with both these reveals. Both these reveals do next to nothing.
Yep, I agree.
So
I'm glad I'm not. I generally do sort of sit back sometimes and go, like I said, like the person that made the 11-minute video on the logo, and I'm like, I'm clearly doing YouTube wrong, right? Because obviously I should have had a video up about this chip and the fact that it says 8K and you can see it. And I just feel like people talk for the sake of talking half the time.
They do.
And that's generally just not the type of content or the type of person I want to be. Like, I will talk about it because it's Xbox news and I'll do it on this podcast and yada yada. Yeah. But to make a separate video about Phil Spencer shows processing chip, says 8K, oh my god, what can we learn here today, guys? Like, to me, that's just like, why would I waste 20 minutes of your time trying to make up a load of bullcrap that nobody cares about? Maybe I just respect people's time a little bit more. And again, I'm not calling out the person who made the video about the PlayStation 5 logo, but
he said you were a genius.
But I did. Really? I said respect, because I generally don't think I have the skill to do that. I generally think I turn on my camera. I generally think I turn on my camera and just be like, "Nah, I can't do this. I can't do this."
A 5 where there was a 4 before.
Exactly. Look, if you look at the way this curves, it curves this way because this.
It tells you that's the console's gonna have a slope, guys. Exactly. That's what it tells you.
Exactly.
There's gonna be an angle, buttons.
I don't know.
Ports.
It's gonna be a HDMI cable. Spoiler.
There you go. That's all you need to know about the console.
Yeah.
Did you see? It supports HDMI cables.
I didn't put it in the news, but did you see the the picture of the back of the Xbox One X?
No.
Which was fake.
Oh, I did hear about that. Yeah.
And it had 2 HDMIs in, and I was like, yeah, let's go.
Nope.
That was my first indicator that I was like, that's probably not real. There's no way they're wasting money on 2 HDMIs again. No way. Surely.
Not at all.
But we'll see. Next story, GTA 5 is now on Xbox Game Pass. I've got to be honest, this one kind of shook the world a little bit. Which is weird.
Not as much as I thought it would.
No, I did. I saw a lot of people talking about it, yeah. And my uncle, shout out to Fishy, he's playing GTA 5 now. He's so happy. He's so happy. He's so happy. He's playing GTA 5 for the first time, and he's like, I can't believe this coming in Game Pass. I can't believe it. I'm like, me either. I can't believe it either. For a game that sells as much as this game, I did not see it coming to Game Pass.
Yeah, because it's constantly. I wonder how its sales are on Xbox, in particular compared to like PC. Right.
Okay.
So I wonder if it doesn't sell as much on Xbox, so they're willing, like, okay, we'll put on Game Pass on Xbox.
But it was on PlayStation Now as well. It was on PlayStation Now. But the day that ended, this got announced.
Interesting. I wonder if they. Do you think they have something to show now that they're doing this?
No.
No. Okay.
No. This is just
I don't
Rockstar
either.
being Rockstar.
It's just. Yeah, doing whatever they want. Like, oh man, I wonder if they did it on PlayStation Now. They're like, oh, the numbers there are pretty decent and whatever, and maybe people are buying more money on that, so they're like, let's put it on Game Pass.
I mean, the check came through, bro.
Yeah.
They were like,
yeah,
we got to pay out Christmas bonuses. Let me just quickly phone up Xbox and get this money.
Let me see what we can get.
How much you offering us? We need what?
Yeah.
What do we need? How much? 7? Yeah, all right. We'll take 9 million, please. Like literally, you could totally see that happening. It's like yeah,
definitely up there. I wonder how much the deals go for.
Maybe 9 million is probably too much, but
yeah,
I guarantee it's over a million. Over a million to put a game in Game Pass. Upfront price, definitely. GTA.
I don't know. I can't say.
I'm not saying every game, like generally. I'm not saying like obviously not like a lot of these indies and stuff, but GTA, they got over a million, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. Next one, and I think one more we got. Next one is Respawn CEO takes over at Dice LA, plans studio name change, and they are working on an unannounced game. Respawn Entertainment CEO and co-founder will soon be taking on a new role under the EA umbrella as head of DICE LA. The change will happen in 2020, and Zampella says the studio name change and an unannounced game are already in the cards. Quote, under Zampella, there are plans to expand and launch an original and as of yet reveal game. Jesus. The LA Times reported that, quote, the company will remain separate from Respawn, and Zampella says likely will likely drop the DICE name. Butchered that, I do apologize. This is huge because this is exactly what I was talking about with like Xbox when they buy people. It brings in more than just the studio name, assets, stuff like that.
It's the developers.
It's the developers. It's people that know how to run studios. It's know how to get the best out of it. Obviously, Zampella has been amazing at Respawn, and there was more to this that I read somewhere, which is like he was just sort of like took a step back and sort of did what he's doing now. He's going to do that somewhere else as well. So I'm expecting big things from this next game from Dice LA, depending on what they name the studio and stuff. But I've got a good feeling. I've always been one that I love EA because I love sports games. So I have to appreciate the fact that we get sports games. Are they the best sports games? Are they even changed half the time? No. But at least we get them every year.
Okay.
There's a lot of problems there. Trust me, I know what I'm saying. There's a lot wrong with as well. I just want them to stop with this microtransaction bullshit. Once they stop with that, and they did with Apex Legends, I don't think was terrible. I think they're working. They've had their ups and downs with it, but they sorted it out pretty quickly. Obviously, Star Wars didn't have any microtransactions in it. I'm hoping that they've learned that, all right, look, Madden, FIFA, NHL, we are going to do what we do without microtransactions. You don't like it? Don't buy them, sure. But our other franchises, Battlefield, Star Wars, Apex Legends, Titanfall, those titles, we don't need to. Because FIFA, I was watching Bateson yesterday on Twitch Crash, which is a FIFA streamer. And he was in there with Tobe Jizzle, Bateson, who else? Castro, and Zerka. They altogether spent over £100,000 on FIFA points because it was Team of the Year cards. One guy had spent 30 grand and got 2 cards. Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
FIFA YouTubers,
spend your money how you want
FIFA
to.
YouTubers, but it's content for them.
Yeah.
It's the crazy thing.
I get it, but like,
it's nuts.
That's a lot.
It's nuts. They've got that market on Smack, FIFA, and EA.
That's crazy.
Can you imagine?
Think about there's people who do that, and it's not content for them.
People just play. Dude, I'm not gonna say his name because he probably won't want to add that. But you was in my chat, right? When someone come in and they were like, "Oh yeah, I've spent about £1,000 on this game this year."
I believe so. Yeah, this happened a while back, right?
No, literally like 2 days ago.
Oh, then no, I wasn't here.
Someone was in there. And was like, "Yeah, I spent about £1,000." What?
Yeah. Hey man, if it's the only game you play and you love it and you have extra money,
do you?
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine spending that sort of money. I generally couldn't.
Dude.
Yeah. Well, new Lord of the Rings game has now been confirmed for Xbox Series X as well, Crash.
Woo.
How do I pronounce this studio name?
The article is whatever you're reading is not here.
Oh no. DAEDALIC. I don't know how to pronounce this. I'll be honest. Dedic. I apologize for butchering the name. Dalic? That may make sense. Entertainment have should have copied it into yours. Have reaffirmed that its action-adventure game, The Lord of the Rings Gollum, will be coming to next-gen consoles, including the Xbox One. Xbox Series X, alongside PC in 2021. This is what the studio told Edge Magazine for its February 2020 issue, which has a number of interviews with key developers that revealed the first new details about the game since its announcement back in March 2019. I didn't even realize this game got announced.
I don't either.
For starters, we've set out to invest in our own version of the main character Gollum, rather than follow the look given to him by Peter Jackson's movies. Tolkien didn't give a size reference for Gollum to begin with. Art director Matthias Fischer told Edge, so in the first illustration, he's gigantic. He's like a monster emerging from a swamp. Yet they haven't yet to reveal Gollum and what he will look like in the game. So, do you like Lord of the Rings? Are you a Lord of the Rings guy?
Nope.
Not at all.
I tried watching the movie. It's a very long movie.
Oh, yeah, all of them are very long. And they're all 3 hours, I think.
I think it was over 3.
Oh, it might be 3.5.
Yeah, I think it was closer to like 4. I could be wrong.
No,
I tried watching it a long time ago.
Just couldn't do it?
Nope. And that's like my fantasy, my world. Couldn't do it.
Huh. I've seen them all.
Do you like them? Do you dislike them?
No, I don't dislike it.
Okay.
I don't dislike the world. I don't dislike it at all. No, I think it would be unfair for me to say I like it though. Like, yeah, I enjoy the games usually. So I love. There was a great PS2 game, and it came out on Xbox as well. I think it was Twin Towers had a game, and it was like it was fantastic. It was fantastic. I can't remember what it was called. I love that game. I've played Shadow of Mordor, both of those. So I'm always down for a new Lord of the Rings game. I am, because they're usually action focused and usually pretty good. I don't know how I feel about a Gollum game.
Yeah, it does sound like they're going for like a different take on
Yeah.
Gollum,
Yeah.
which I don't think it'll work out for them.
No, me either.
Because people like what they like, and they like Gollum how he is. I have no basis on Gollum.
No, me either.
Change him. I'll be like, oh yeah, that's how he always was, right?
He was 6 foot tall, no hunchback, didn't look like.
Make him a towering monster. Nice long locks.
6-pack, looks like Fauna.
Yeah.
Throws a hammer,
Like,
brings it back.
Damn, yeah, I remember him in the first movie.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, that is coming and it's announced for Xbox Series X. Games with Gold this month for January 2020. You have, is it Synth? S-T-Y-X? Sith? Shards of Darkness. January 1st, January 31st. Again, dyslexic. Batman, the Telltale series, January 16th to February 15th. Tekken 6 from January 1st to January 15th. And Lego Star Wars, the original trilogy, from January 16th to January 31st. I think we must have got like every single Lego game now. Like, it's close.
Probably.
It's crazy. Did you see the video of the Resident Evil 2 Lego?
No. Why would I see a video of a Resident Evil 2 Lego?
It's dope. So good.
I'm sure it is.
So good. I'd buy that game in a heartbeat. Resident Evil Lego.
I'm sure you would.
Be so good.
I'm surprised you don't have it.
It's not a real thing.
It's a game.
It's not a real thing.
I'm sorry. My mind was going somewhere else. I was listening to you, but I wasn't really listening. I do what you usually do, you know?
Not on a podcast, I told you. That's the only time I listen to you. Scrub. Alright, well, let's plug, and get ourselves out of here. We've actually managed to get an hour out of this show, so congrats to us. What have you got to plug this week, Crash?
Twitch.tv/Krashnik. I'm actually streaming.
We've heard this before. When?
Twitch.tv/Krashnik. I'm actually streaming.
When?
Twitch.tv/Krashnik. I'm actually streaming.
I tried, guys. I tried.
Patreon.com/MC Fixer. Keep the lights on.
I haven't said that in ages. I stopped saying that.
I
stopped saying that. People.
Turn the light on. Can't turn it on.
People moaned at me for saying that. It's like, oh, you're begging. I'm like, no, literally, you pay my electric. Electric gets paid through Patreon. I have bills to pay. But still, patreon.com/MC Fixer. It's a new year. If I've ever done anything for you, got you through anything, that's what kind of I say, so I'm not going to say that. If you enjoy what I make, support it, please. I'd appreciate it. Obviously, Up and Comers going to be coming soon. If you're a Kind of Funny fan, you know what that is. Kind of Funny are sending 2 people out to San Francisco, so nominees will be getting that very, very soon. I'd love it if you nominated me. Obviously, it's my dream to go and work for Kind of Funny one day. This would be probably the closest thing I'd ever actually get to doing it, because getting a British person to work in America is very, very hard. Not doable, but very hard. So if it could be me, I would be very happy. Again, I'm trying not to put too much pressure on it this year. Last year I did, so it was a bit worrying. So yeah. Also, just for those that haven't clicked off yet, just a quick update. My mum has an operation date for her breast cancer, so there will be a lack of content starting the end of next month. That will be everything across the board. I'm hoping my Xbox and me is not going to be affected, but obviously, with something like this, I can't predict that. We do have other people in place now that could definitely come through and do an episode and just take control of the show without me. So I'm sure we can make that happen if I can't be around. But yeah, just want to be transparent with you guys as the listeners. Thank you for respecting what I said last time, because I see the numbers, obviously. Nobody's tweeted at me. People have reached out privately, and I'm thankful for that, but no one's been like, sorry to hear it on Twitter or something like that, so thank you. I do appreciate that. So, yeah. But thank you all for listening, and until next week, I will love you, leave you, and see you all later. Goodbye.